Sarah had always known what she wanted to be. Since she was 7, she dreamed of becoming a donut chef. Her mother, Emily, often made donuts at home, and Sarah loved helping her. Emily's dream was to open her own donut shop, but life had other plans. Sarah's father, John, once a hard-working man, had fallen into the grip of alcoholism. Initially, John drank only on weekends, but it soon became an everyday habit. This addiction cost him his job and plunged the family into financial hardship. Emily took up a job as a school clerk, working late into the evenings and making donuts at home to make ends meet. Despite her tireless efforts, the family's financial situation remained dire. When Sarah turned 19, she expressed her desire to pursue her dream of becoming a donut chef. However, Emily, knowing the harsh realities of their situation, insisted that Sarah pursue a stable career instead. Reluctantly, Sarah enrolled in college to become a financial analyst, even though it wasn't her passion. A year later, tragedy struck when John died of alcoholism. The loss was hard on Sarah and Emily, both emotionally and financially. Despite hating her college course, Sarah pressed on, knowing how much it meant to her mother. In her 3rd year of college, Sarah met Jack, an ambitious student who had transferred from another city. Jack was full of dreams and aspirations, and unlike Sarah, he loved his field of study. They quickly fell in love, and Jack became Sarah's pillar of support. "Hang in there, Sarah," Jack would often say. "We're almost done with college. Once we graduate, you can do whatever you want." His words were a constant source of comfort and motivation for Sarah. After graduation, they got married. Jack went on to pursue further studies while working part-time, and Sarah found a job as a financial analyst. A year into their marriage, Emily passed away, leaving Sarah devastated. The grief was overwhelming, but Jack stood by her, promising that once he secured a better job, she could quit and follow her dream. True to his word, 3 years later, Jack achieved a senior position at his company. Sarah, pregnant with their first child, finally quit her job to focus on making donuts, just as she had always dreamed. However, life threw another curveball. Jack took out a loan secured by Sarah's apartment to buy a new car, hoping it would make their lives more comfortable. Shortly after, Sarah's pregnancy brought complications, and she experienced severe morning sickness, making it difficult for her to continue making donuts. Jack worked even harder to support them, taking on extra responsibilities at work. Tragedy struck again when Jack died in a car accident. Sarah was left heartbroken and overwhelmed with grief. As she started to unravel the financial mess Jack had left behind, she discovered he had taken out multiple loans. Debt collectors began threatening to take their home. Desperate and with nowhere else to turn, Sarah and her young daughter, Lily, became homeless. For a while, they found shelter at a train station, spending their nights in the waiting room. However, they were soon forced to leave. Sarah was at her wits' end, struggling to find a safe place for her and Lily. One day, while sitting in a park, Sarah noticed a stroller rolling towards a busy road. Without thinking, she rushed to grab it just in time, saving a little boy from a terrible accident. The boy's father, Mark, ran up to Sarah, thanking her profusely. Mark, a wealthy businessman, was a single father, and the gratitude he felt towards Sarah was immense. "I don't know how to thank you," he said. "Please, let me do something for you." Sarah hesitated but eventually shared her plight with him. Moved by her story and determined to help, Mark offered Sarah his unprofitable restaurant in the city. "It's yours," he said. "Do whatever you want with it. It's better than living on the streets." Sarah couldn't believe her luck. She immediately saw the potential in the old restaurant. With determination and a renewed sense of hope, she set out to transform it into a donut shop. Mark's gesture of kindness was the lifeline Sarah and Lily desperately needed. As Sarah stood in the dusty, dilapidated restaurant, she felt a flicker of hope. This was her chance to turn her dreams into reality, to overcome the adversity that had plagued her life. With hard work and unwavering dedication, Sarah was ready to embark on a journey of transformation and success. But little did she know, this was just the beginning of an incredible story of resilience and kindness. Sarah wasted no time in transforming the old restaurant. She spent her days cleaning, painting, and repairing. Mark occasionally visited, offering support and encouragement. "You're doing a fantastic job, Sarah," he said one day, surveying the progress she had made. "This place will be amazing." Sarah smiled, feeling a surge of determination. "I hope so, Mark. I'm putting everything I have into this." Mark's kindness went beyond just giving Sarah the restaurant. He helped her financially as well, providing funds for essential repairs and initial supplies. Sarah's neighbor, Beth, a 20-year-old with a keen interest in business, also lent a hand. "I've always wanted to manage a restaurant," Beth confessed one evening. "Maybe I can learn from you." Sarah welcomed the help. Together, they scrubbed floors, fixed broken furniture, and set up a small, cozy dining area. They created a warm, inviting atmosphere, perfect for a donut shop. With Mark's financial support, they managed to purchase quality ingredients and essential kitchen equipment. Slowly but surely, the shop began to take shape. Sarah poured her heart into creating unique and delicious donuts, experimenting with flavors and decorations. The shop opened quietly at first, with only a few customers trickling in. But word spread quickly about the delicious donuts and the cozy ambience of the shop. One day, a food critic visited the shop. Sarah served him her best creations, hoping to make a good impression. The critic was impressed. "These are some of the best donuts I've ever had," he declared. "I'll be writing about this place in my column." True to his word, the food critic's glowing review brought a surge of customers. The little donut shop became the talk of the town. People from neighboring areas began to visit, eager to taste Sarah's creations. The shop's popularity grew, and so did its profits. Despite the success, Sarah never forgot the hardships she had faced. She remained humble and kind, always ready to lend a hand to those in need. Her resilience and dedication paid off when the shop earned a Michelin star. The recognition was a testament to her hard work and passion. One evening, Mark visited the shop, amazed at the transformation. "I can't believe how far you've come, Sarah," he said, looking around in awe. "This place is incredible." Sarah blushed, feeling a mix of pride and gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without your help, Mark. You gave me a chance when I had nothing." Mark smiled warmly. "You did all the hard work. I'm just glad I could help." Their bond grew stronger over time. Mark admired Sarah's determination and kindness, and Sarah appreciated Mark's unwavering support. They often spent time together, talking about their lives and dreams. Sarah learned that Mark was raising his son, Jane, alone after his wife, Nancy, had passed away due to drug addiction. Mark shared his struggles and regrets, finding solace in Sarah's understanding nature. As months passed, Sarah's donut shop continued to thrive. She hired more staff to keep up with the growing demand, and Beth took on the role of the restaurant manager, handling day-to-day operations. This allowed Sarah to focus on creating new recipes and expanding the business. One day, as Sarah and Mark were having coffee, Mark took a deep breath and looked at Sarah with a serious expression. "Sarah, there's something I need to tell you," he said. Sarah's heart skipped a beat. "What is it, Mark?" "I've been thinking a lot about us," Mark began. "About how much you mean to me and how much I admire you. You've become such an important part of my life, and I want to be a part of yours." Sarah's eyes widened in surprise. "Mark, Please let me finish," Mark interrupted gently. "I know you've been through so much, and I don't want to add any pressure. But I want you to know that I love you, Sarah. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and support you in everything you do." Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes. She had grown to care deeply for Mark, but she hadn't expected this. "Oh, Mark," she whispered, "I love you too." Mark smiled, relief and happiness washing over him. "Will you marry me, Sarah? Will you and Lily move to Columbus with Jane and me? We can build a new life together." Sarah nodded, her heart full of joy. "Yes, Mark, I'd love that." They embraced, knowing that they had found something truly special in each other. Sarah's journey had been filled with hardships, but it had also brought her to this moment of happiness and love. Together, they looked forward to a future filled with dreams, perseverance, and the power of resilience and kindness. Sarah and Mark's lives intertwined beautifully after their engagement. Sarah, now a successful donut chef, continued to run her thriving shop with Beth's capable management. Meanwhile, Mark's business acumen and financial support ensured that Sarah had all she needed to expand her donut shop's reach. The move to Columbus, Ohio, was a significant change for Sarah and Lily. Mark had arranged for a lovely home where they could all live together. The spacious house provided a fresh start and the promise of new memories. Jane, Mark's son, welcomed them warmly. Despite the unusual circumstances of their blended family, Jane and Lily got along well, their bonds strengthening with each passing day. One evening, as the family sat around the dinner table, Mark brought up an exciting prospect. "Sarah, I've been thinking, what if we open a second donut shop here in Columbus?" Sarah's eyes widened in surprise and excitement. "Really, Mark? You think we can manage that?" "Absolutely," Mark said with a confident smile. "Your donuts are amazing, and there's a huge market here. With the success of your first shop, expanding seems like a natural step." The idea thrilled Sarah. She had always dreamed big, and now, with Mark's support, those dreams seemed within reach. "Let's do it," she agreed, her heart racing with anticipation. The next few months were a whirlwind of activity. Sarah and Mark scouted locations, hired staff, and meticulously planned the launch of the new shop. Beth handled the original shop back in their small town, proving herself to be an excellent manager. The second shop in Columbus quickly gained popularity, mirroring the success of the first. As their business flourished, so did their family life. Sarah and Mark's relationship grew stronger, built on mutual respect and deep affection. Lily and Jane thrived in their new environment, excelling in school and enjoying their childhood. Sarah's happiness, however, was tinged with lingering worries about the financial struggles she had faced in the past. One evening, Mark noticed Sarah deep in thought. "What's on your mind, love?" he asked gently. Sarah sighed, looking into Mark's concerned eyes. "I keep thinking about Jack's debts. It's like a shadow over my happiness. I worry about what could happen if something goes wrong." Mark took her hand and squeezed it reassuringly. "Sarah, we've built something incredible together, and we'll face any challenges that come our way, just like we have before. You're not alone in this." His words comforted Sarah, but the fear remained. Despite their success, she couldn't shake off the anxiety that had rooted itself deep within her. She decided to revisit the past, to confront the remnants of Jack's financial missteps and ensure their future was secure. Sarah contacted the banks and debt collectors, determined to resolve any outstanding issues. To her relief, Mark offered to help. With his expertise, they managed to negotiate settlements and clear the remaining debts. This step lifted a tremendous weight off Sarah's shoulders, allowing her to focus on her family and business with renewed vigor. Meanwhile, the relationship between Lily and Jane blossomed. They were inseparable, supporting each other through the challenges of growing up. One day, Jane nervously approached Sarah. "Sarah, can I talk to you about something important?" "Of course, Jane," Sarah replied, smiling warmly. "What's on your mind?" Jane took a deep breath. I want to ask Lily to marry me. We've been through so much together, and I can't imagine my life without her." Sarah's eyes filled with tears of joy. "Oh, Jane, that's wonderful. I'm sure Lily feels the same way. Have you thought about how you want to propose?" Jane nodded. "I have. I want it to be special, something she'll always remember." With Sarah's blessing, Jane planned a beautiful proposal. He took Lily to the place where they had first met, a park in their small town. Under a canopy of twinkling fairy lights, Jane got down on one knee and asked Lily to marry him. Overwhelmed with emotion, Lily said yes. Their engagement brought immense joy to both families. Mark and Sarah couldn't be happier, seeing their children so in love and ready to start a new chapter together. The wedding planning began, filling their days with excitement and anticipation. However, not everything was smooth sailing. As the wedding day approached, unexpected challenges arose. The venue they had booked faced sudden renovations, leaving them scrambling for a new location. Moreover, a financial audit of Mark's business revealed discrepancies that required immediate attention. Despite these hurdles, Sarah and Mark faced each challenge head-on, their resilience and determination unwavering. They found a beautiful new venue for the wedding and worked tirelessly to resolve the business issues. The entire family pulled together, showcasing the power of unity and perseverance. As the big day arrived, Sarah couldn't help but reflect on the incredible journey they had been on. From a small-town girl with a dream to a successful businesswoman and a loving mother, Sarah had faced and overcome countless adversities. And now, standing beside Mark, watching their children take their vows, she knew that the power of resilience, kindness, and love had made all the difference. The wedding day dawned bright and beautiful. Sarah and Mark, along with their children, were filled with a mix of excitement and nerves. The new venue, a charming countryside estate just outside Columbus, was decorated with twinkling lights and blooming flowers, creating a magical atmosphere. As guests began to arrive, Sarah took a moment to reflect on how far they had come. Standing in the bridal suite, helping Lily with the final touches of her wedding gown, Sarah felt a wave of emotions. "You look stunning, Lily," she said, her voice thick with emotion. Lily smiled, her eyes sparkling. "Thank you, Mom. I can't believe this day is finally here." Sarah hugged her daughter tightly. "You deserve all the happiness in the world. Jane is a wonderful partner, and I'm so proud of you both." Downstairs, Mark was giving Jane a few last-minute words of encouragement. "You're a good man, Jane," he said, patting his son on the back. "Take care of Lily and cherish every moment together." Jane nodded, his expression serious. "I will, Dad. I promise." The ceremony began with the sun casting a golden glow over the assembled guests. Sarah and Mark watched with pride as Lily walked down the aisle, looking radiant. Jane stood waiting, his eyes filled with love and admiration. The vows they exchanged were heartfelt and sincere, bringing tears to many eyes. As the reception commenced, Sarah and Mark took a moment to themselves, standing on the edge of the festivities. "We did it, Mark," Sarah said softly, leaning into him. "We made it through all the challenges and came out stronger." Mark kissed her forehead. "Yes, we did. And we'll keep facing whatever comes our way, together." The evening was filled with laughter, dancing, and joyous celebrations. Beth, who had come to the wedding, approached Sarah during a quieter moment. "The donut shop is doing great, Sarah," she reported. "We're getting more customers every day." Sarah beamed with pride. "That's wonderful news, Beth. You've done an incredible job managing it." Beth blushed, pleased with the praise. "Thank you. It means a lot coming from you." As the night wore on, Mark gathered everyone's attention for a special announcement. "Sarah and I have some exciting news to share," he began, holding her hand. "We're expecting a baby." The crowd erupted in cheers and applause. Sarah blushed, her heart full. "We wanted to share this joyous news with all of you," she said. "Thank you for being part of our journey." The news added another layer of happiness to an already perfect day. As the party continued, Sarah found herself thinking about the future. She knew there would be challenges, but with Mark by her side and their family growing, she felt ready to face anything. In the months that followed, Sarah and Mark balanced their busy lives with preparations for their new baby. The donut shops in both the small town and Columbus continued to thrive, thanks to Beth's excellent management and Sarah's innovative recipes. Mark's business flourished as well, having resolved the discrepancies and strengthened their operations. One afternoon, as Sarah worked in the kitchen experimenting with a new donut flavor, Mark walked in, holding a letter. "This just arrived," he said, handing it to her. Sarah opened the letter and gasped. "It's from the Michelin Guide. They want to review our Columbus shop." Mark grinned. "That's incredible, Sarah. You've worked so hard for this." Excitement buzzed through Sarah as she prepared for the review. When the Michelin inspector arrived, she served her best creations, hoping to impress. The review process was nerve-wracking, but Sarah's confidence in her craft shone through. A few weeks later, they received the news. The Columbus Donut Shop had been awarded a Michelin star. The recognition was a testament to Sarah's unwavering dedication and passion. She couldn't have been prouder. Life was a whirlwind of activity as they welcomed their new baby, a little boy named Henry, into the world. The family's joy knew no bounds. Lily and Jane, now married and living nearby, often visited, filling their home with laughter and love. As Sarah looked around at her bustling kitchen, the aroma of freshly made donuts filling the air, she felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. She had come a long way from the days of struggling and uncertainty. With Mark, Lily, Jane, and now Henry, she had built a life filled with love, resilience, and dreams realized. In the quiet moments, Sarah often reflected on her journey. From a young girl with a dream to a successful businesswoman and loving mother, she had faced countless adversities but had never given up. Her story was a testament to the power of perseverance, kindness, and the unyielding belief that dreams could come true. As the family gathered for dinner one evening, Sarah looked around the table, her heart full. "We've been through so much," she said softly, "but we've made it through together, and I wouldn't change a thing." Mark squeezed her hand, his eyes reflecting the same deep love and gratitude. "Here's to many more happy memories and dreams fulfilled," he said, raising his glass. The family toasted, their laughter echoing through the house, a symbol of their unbreakable bond and the bright future that lay ahead.